My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that is in a pretty difficult situation. I do feel like there's multiple people who are either competing with you or not really wanting to see you succeed in what you're working on. So, regardless of your gender, you're coming through as this very thoughtful or strategic individual, and there's someone who is represented by an angel. Someone who's looking out for you, someone who defends your name, someone who makes sure that you get your fair share, somebody who is advocating for you or being very protective from beyond. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime tone. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com, and you can find that in the description box, along with more information on how to get more content by being a member. Thank you to the current members. All right, let's see. We're gonna go with the Nightmare Before Christmas, because it does feel like there's some combative energy, a little bit of, team versus team kind of thing. Hey, Pharaoh, how are you doing today? Thank you for sharing that. Oh, thank you for the flower. How's your week going? What else do we have? The Hanged Man. And the Hierophant in the reverse. All right, so here's what it looks like. We've got someone who sees themselves as a leader. So this could be like the patriarch or matriarch of a family. This could be an actual boss or like owner of a company, or this could even be somebody who's like an older sibling. But this person feels like they're in charge, feels like they make the decisions, but they're biased against you. This could be someone who's threatened by you or intimidated by your intelligence or your talent. This could be a person who feels like they have to compete with you. How's it going, Holy Ghost? So we have the Knight of Presents or the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit. So there's an observant individual who is keeping tabs on the situation, even though it may not be their department, even though it may be, some might consider it not their business. This is someone who's peeking around the corner and they're like, what's going on over there? Everything all right? You kids playing fair? You sharing your toys? There's someone who wants to make sure that you are able to get where you are meant to be, which basically means that they want to make sure that you get treated appropriately, treated respectfully, treated fairly. Hello, Rogue. Hello, Lily. How's it going? Hello, Boomy. Rogue, I do personal questions at about 30 minutes in with priority to those who tip. Hello, Tara. Hello, Kyle. Hello, A7. How we doing? What else do we have? Wheel of Fortune. 3 of Candles or 3 of Wands and Strength. So this is a person who has greater status than you. Someone who is in a better situation, either physically because they can hear what's going on, or this is someone who could, kind of put their thumb on the scale for you. But this person is making sure that you are seen as skilled or capable or, should be invested in, that kind of thing. Thank you, Kyle. Let me know if you have some questions or if you'd just like me to pull some cards for you, but I've got your name written down. If it's your first time, I start those questions at about 30 minutes in and you would be the first one. Hello, Erkin. How are you doing? Hello, Ed. Hello, Andrea. How's your day going? Hello, King Kong. Hello, Antonio. Oh, I hope that goes well for you, Boomy. I'm glad to hear that, Erkin. Hello, Jem. What's up? Two of Candles, or sorry, Two of Needles, which is the Two of Swords in the reverse, Justice in the reverse, and Judgment in the reverse. Yikes. So we have someone who's making an unfair decision. This would be like promoting someone who has less experience than you, even though you went out for the job as well. Or asking your younger sibling to babysit you. Like, hold on. I'm more mature, I promise. Someone made a decision and it's not fair. And I feel like this hermit individual or this, perhaps they're a Leo, this individual has a little bit more clout. It's like, that doesn't seem fair. It could even be like a benevolent aunt, right? Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? From Ireland. I love it. I've never been, but it's definitely on the short list. Hello, spiritual healer. Hello, learning English. How are you doing? Nope, it's just starting. Hello, BZ. How's your day going? Hello, legend. Easy for me to say. 10 of Needles or 10 of Swords and the High Priestess. This High Priestess is the very wise individual who knows what's going on. They feel like this is somebody who is threatened by you. I think they can see through the intentions or the, you know, the mask this person's wearing. And they feel like it's not fair. So it's like, I'm going to switch it back. I'm going to make it so that people do right by you, even if this person, the Hierophant in the reverse, is determined to see you not get your fair share. So maybe you were working on a sale and somebody swooped in and stole the sale, and the manager's saying, I think we're going to have to split the commission 50-50 just to make sure that it's fair, because I know you did do some of the work on this deal. I'm sending you a big hug there, Jonka. I hope you're having a good day, despite all of that. Thank you, Lily. So we also have the Page of Presents, which is the Page of Pentacles. Someone who feels like you're being a little bit picked on by a person who's threatened by the potential that you have. Maybe you are seen as a threat because you are extremely successful. Maybe you've closed a big deal. Maybe you've recently gotten an additional certification or graduated with a master's degree. If this is like sibling rivalry, this could be someone who's jealous because you've been able to see success, or you know, you're happy in a relationship. But we have this High Priestess who's watching and they're like, I see what's going on here. This person's jealous of you. They don't want you to do as well, or they want to disparage what you've accomplished because they feel like they don't have anything that compares. Or, you know, you've been able to accomplish something in 2 years that I didn't in 20. They feel negatively about themselves, so they're trying to kind of put you in your place, and it's not fair. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Hello, Federico. Hola, Eduardo. ¿Cómo está? Hello, DeWans. How are you doing? 7 of Swords in the reverse. It's very transparent what this person has done. They don't want you to feel like you belong or that you fit in or that this is the right place for you to be working. They want you to question if you should go elsewhere because then they don't have to be compared to you. But this High Priestess brings it all to a screeching halt, and they're like, that doesn't sound right. What was the criteria that you used to make this decision? Hello, Priyanka. How's your day? Or should I say, how's your night? Current feelings from Mokuldov. And we talked, you said bit. I don't know if that's a continuation, if there's more that you were going to say, but do you mean like after you talked? I hope it went well. Hello, Sayari. How are you doing? I'm proud to hear that you're okay with being single. That's usually when you find the best kind of relationships, right? Yes, of course. Hello, Himanshu. How are you doing? I am from the US. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Swords. So since this person made a decision, unfair decision, trying to make you feel like you're not good enough or not rewarding you for, your hard work, this high priestess steps in. It could be your boss's boss who tells your boss they need to be better to you, right? But we have this corrective action, this communication that says, I don't like that. I think we need to rework that. And we're going to make sure that you do right by this person. Exactly, Andrea. Hello, Harvey. How are you doing? Seven of Wands in the reverse. Six of Cups in the reverse, and the Nine of Wands. So again, protective energy. In Egyptian culture, please tell me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is the scarab beetle represents what you are wanting to protect, something that's important, something that's like a treasure to you. So the fact that it's on this card that is normally represented with somebody who looks like they're guarding outside of a castle, this is someone who is taking you under their wing, or, they're like the giant dog who's cuddling up to a little kitten. Not to say that you have no strength of your own, but this is someone who's saying, no, we're not going to do that, because this is somebody who's going to do good things. And we got to make sure that they have, the ability to grow or learn more things than what it seems like you're allowing for. So it could be that your boss, or perhaps an older sibling or a parent, is getting kind of chastised. Like, why are you limiting this person's development? It seems clear that they're going to be really good at this, so they should be, working towards that. Yeah, isn't it awesome? There's definitely good people out there that want to see you do well. And this particular person, they are aware that somebody is trying to be a little bit sneaky about how they put you in your place. And it's not going to fly. This high priestess, I think, is more powerful, has influence, or is literally like a step above this person who doesn't like you. Thank you. Ooh, is it Sayard? Sayari. Thank you, Priyanka. Let me add that for you. Do you see any meeting in December through January? I've added that to your questions, Priyanka, and thank you for the tip. Hello, Dee Dee. How are you doing? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Hello, Nuve. How's it going? Hello, Shags. Are you having a good day? We have the Meta Muse. Hello, Rachel. This is somebody who wanted to see you fail, or wanted to make you feel like you weren't going to cut it, you weren't going to be able to get to your goal or achieve what you want, talking down to you or complaining, saying, you've done something wrong, or not willing to congratulate you when you demonstrate that you've been able to figure out something on your own, or do something that's a little bit out of the ordinary. This is someone who wanted to make things more difficult for you or seem impossible, but it does look like you've been able to kind of accept, okay, this is something that I need to be aware of. Maybe this high priestess made you, kind of more observant about this connection, or this, whether or not this boss dislikes you. But I think or you're going to shortly, that this high priestess is like on your side. They want to see you do well. They're not going to let someone impede your success because they're jealous. Let's see. This is the Path of Shadows. Hello, Rishi. How are you doing? Hello, Julian. Did I miss you? Is that famous Seamus? Hello, Sky. How are you? I hope that happens soon for you, Sour. Procrastination. The ticking of the clock distracts me from the fact that my worst enemy hides in my mind. You're dealing with somebody who doesn't get things done in a timely fashion, or someone who does not have like that self-initialization. So you may be providing an unflattering contrast to their energy, meaning they're maybe just going through the motions and not really putting in a lot of effort into what they're doing, whereas you seem motivated to show that you have this desire to be successful. So you're making it clear that this person is somebody who has not really been focused. In the realm of shadows, where memories are host, the echoes of what is gone still haunts me the most. We could have somebody who is struggling to do well at their job because of personal problems or things that have changed dramatically for them outside of this environment. Remember, this could be in the context of a family or like a social situation, but it feels more like we've got a defined hierarchy, like a boss, right? Or several. Grim Reaper. In the realms of twilight where shadows converge, the Grim Reaper's scythe guides souls to the verge. This is someone who feels like their career has stunted or has not gone as well as they wanted it to. So perhaps they don't have the admiration of this high priestess. It sure doesn't seem like they do. So that could be part of the jealousy, right? I thought I was going to end up being director, or I thought I was going to end up being VP. And now we've got the CEO or the owner who's like super excited about you and they want to train you and not me. They want you to take over and not me. So there's something about not really fulfilling the job as well as they could have and being upset that you have blazed a path that has caught the attention of someone quite superior who wants to see you do well. So by virtue of being jealous and trying to place obstacles in your path, they seem to have only made it more likely that you get those accolades and that, promotion that they tried to deny you. They've made this high priestess more defensive or interested in what's going on for you and how they can be helpful to you. So sometimes when people go to extremes or do things that they know they shouldn't do, they end up doing the exact opposite of what they're trying to achieve. I don't want you to go, so I get a little bit clingy, and then that makes you even more determined to leave. Or I don't want you to like this person, so I tell you negative things, but it ends up actually bringing those two people closer together, that kind of thing. Hello, Mail, how are you doing? Hello, Tejas, what's up? Yeah, we'll do the general reading for probably another 12, 13 minutes or something like that, and then we'll start with the personal questions. If Kyle is still out there, I did not see whether or not he would like me to pull some cards or if that was just a very generous donation. But Kyle, let me know if you'd like me to answer a question for you. We have come together and retaliation. Yeah. So you might be fitting in better than you think. You might be feeling like people aren't super excited about you being a part of this community or maybe even marrying into a family. You might feel like somebody is not the only one to want to see you fail, but it does feel like you're more accepted than you're aware of. It does feel like people are warming up to you, except for this person who wants to make it difficult, except for this person who feels like you're going to like leapfrog over them and they won't be able to get that promotion or that next leveling up that they're shooting for. Gossip, petty, jealousy, envy. I feel like the High Priestess has found out about this contentious energy towards you through gossip. Someone who was maybe not aware they were being listened to, or, just thought you should know that this is what's going on in this department. But the High Priestess, once they become aware of the situation, it's like, I'm tuned in. I want to know what's going on. I want updates, and I want to see that there's change. Yeah. So this is like maybe going to result in a little bit of micromanagement from the High Priestess towards the person who doesn't seem to like you. There could also be a change in the hierarchy where, okay, well, if this person doesn't really want to invest in your future, we'll move you to a different team with somebody that I know is going to actually do right by that. Yes, thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I appreciate it. Ascension, spiritual path, awakening, and single, current status available. All right. So you're when you're going through an ascension or spiritual growth like this, there's going to be some things that people start to notice about you that indicate that you are doing well or feeling good about yourself, and it draws people to you like a magnet. But you will always also have those people who see and are jealous of the fact that you draw in that energy and people want to get to know you more. It's because you're becoming more authentic. It's because you're becoming more comfortable with who you are. You're embracing that. You're not trying to be something you're not. And you're also apparently finding something that you're very good at. So there's going to be people that are jealous of you, period. That's just how it is. There's going to be people who want to maybe even cross the line inappropriately from, friend or coworker to dating you romantically because they are impressed with you but also attracted to you. So just be cautious because there's going to be some different energies around you, and a lot of it has to do with them being able to pick up on your energy changing. This is the Gilded Reverie. Hello, Thomas. How are you doing? Hey, Rocco. I may not be the best person to answer that question. I know a little bit, but that would not be my specialty. What else do we have? 34, the fish, and the clock, number 37. Divine timing. There is something that is supposed to be happening that is positive for you with regards to financial stability or professional development. And even though there is someone here who is clearly trying to make it difficult for you, the environment is large enough where there's other people who are rooting you on and wanting to see you be successful as well. So just be aware that there's, it runs the gamut. But you have positive and lucky energy pushing you towards this good news or this opportunity. So here are those accolades, people who are feeling like you have what it takes, but also a sense of things calming down because of a change. Like I said, they might move you to a different department or kind of separate out this person who doesn't seem to want to foster your development and bring in somebody who does want to do right by you. All right, what else do we want? We'll go with the signs of the times. Hello, Rocco. Oh, did I already say hello? Oops. It happens. Thank you. We have globe, possibility, and relationships, not. This High Priestess person is someone who's going to be protective of you for a while. Even if you are, let's say you're working with this person and you move to a different company, even if you're at a different company, this is someone who's still going to want to be available to you as a resource and see what it is that you achieve. So it's a selfless kind of sponsorship, right? Like, I want you to do well because I believe in you, even if it doesn't really serve me or make me money or whatever. I'm just excited to see what you're capable of doing. And that's a really important type of energy to have in your life, because I feel like you've had to go through a lot and do so on your own, feel more independent and make sure that you could, kind of coach yourself through some of those more difficult times. Hello, Mail. Yes, I do. I am going to start the personal question section here in probably like the next 5-7 minutes. I do have Priyanka on the list already, and Kyle if he's in the live chat and asks a question. Otherwise, I do long form personal readings. If you want to email me, that's in the description box. So this opportunity that somebody has tried to sneak away from you or somebody has tried to block from you is coming back around, or is, you know, dealt with in a better way because of this High Priestess intervening. This is the Tattoo Tarot. Hello, Ms. Haas, how are you doing? King of Pentacles in the reverse. There's instability and frustrations happening for this individual that was getting in your way. They've come through as the King of Pentacles in the reverse twice. Maybe they're frustrated with their money. Maybe they're not giving very much towards their responsibilities or kind of slacking on their obligations. But it looks to me like there's a conversation that ends up happening between the High Priestess and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Seems to be like a boss telling their direct report to be a better boss to their direct report, which is probably you. Someone who's saying, you know, either this has to change or we're going to have to bring in, you know, a different kind of composition of the teams in order to get the kind of management that this person deserves. With the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this is like they're not getting paid enough or they're not given enough responsibility. This is somebody who knows what they're doing or is invested in learning more about it. And I want to see them on a faster track. I want them to get this promotion, or I want them to be given more responsibility and power. The Sun and the Page of Swords. If that's not something that you can support or do, then I will move this person to a different team or things will change, right? But I want to give you the opportunity to do right by this. This is going to be difficult for the King of Pentacles in the reverse because I think they were pretty pleased with themselves not having to really do what somebody else asked or not having to do what was right because they didn't want you to have this promotion. Or they didn't want you to have this raise, you know? Three of Pentacles in the reverse. They're competing with you. And they feel like intimidated. Maybe you have a more specific education. Or maybe you just have a lot in common with the leadership team. But this was someone holding out on you as far as what you get paid or what kind of opportunities are offered to you or that you're encouraged to apply for. Hello, Mai, how are you doing? Or is it May or Maya? Or, okay, I think it's Maya. Let me know if it's wrong. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Galaxy, how are you doing? Knight of Cups in the reverse and the Page of Cups in the reverse. So the issue here seems to be somebody is sour or upset, acting petty, not wanting you to get an offer that is meant to be yours. Maybe even just dragging their feet, not wanting to give you a raise that the High Priestess approved. But this is going to get corrected because this High Priestess is making sure that you get what was promised or what was talked about or what they feel is fitting for what you bring to the table. Thank you, Rachel. Hello, Salvador. Hello, EJ. How are you doing? Hello, Alexander. We're going to start with those personal questions. And I think we'll use the Noisy Tarot. Did anyone see Kyle comments? I don't think I did. I think the image was green. All right. Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled in case Kyle decides he would like that. Let's see, it says Kyle back. Okay. So we'll start with Priyanka's questions. And we've got current feelings after talking. Hello, is it Adis? How are you doing? All right, so what are Mukul Dev's current feelings towards Priyanka? Four of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Cups in the reverse. This is like, I need a little bit of time. I'm going to think about things. I want to make sure that if I offer, you know, something serious to somebody, that I'm dealing with a person who's being honest about what they want. And we'll see if you take action to demonstrate that I am what you want or that you are trustworthy. This is like, I'm going to trust you, but verify. It seems like you're being honest with me, and my intuition is telling me that there is an opportunity for a long-term relationship here, but I want to see how things go as far as your actions. So this is like, you know, let's see how it goes over the next couple of weeks. And will Priyanka meet Mokudev in person through sometime in January or December? There could be some work issues getting in the way, or even financial issues that might make this challenging. As of right now, the answer is no, but I feel like this is also tied to how's it going to go over the next week or two. We need to make sure that, you know, what you said is right, basically, right? We need to get to a point where I feel a little bit more comfortable that you're not interested in others. So if that happens, if your actions show that you are actually interested, then I think, yes, there's a possibility. But as of right now, it's like, I don't know. I'm nervous. So I think we can check back in a little bit and see. That answer would probably change. Yep, choose me or lose me kind of thing. All right. Oh, that's right. It goes over here. I think this is going to be the short reading for the day. I love you all. Good luck to you, Priyanka. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.